Ladies and gentlemen, the long awaited, highly anticipated, one of the best starting 11s we ever had on United States National High School Champions League. Its co founder, David Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the day, top of the day.
Well, thanks for having me again.
All right, then. So here he is. He's very humble. And the story goes is that this guy, I'm thinking, could play in the over 30 league with the select ball if he was assured that they would only play with a select ball. I think David Wilson could still play the game. But anyway, that's what is important. We have a sponsor, and David Wilson and Jim Hart took something from nothing and really made it. And it was only because of class's style that the only way we could have a national sponsor is to, because if they would stay with that, and that's what the select ball, you can guarantee that that's the way that the select ball will do for you individually and your team generally. And so that's our sponsor, national sponsor. But David has got personal understanding of the Tampa Bay sponsor that he's going to bring up right now.
Yeah, well, before I do that, I will say that the select soccer ball is a phenomenal ball. And in the state of Florida, they have us using this other ball for our state games. Um, but I use the select ball for all of my games, not just the championship game. I buy more extra balls and use it for everything just because it's so superior to the other ball. And I
Yes.
wish that we would that as a state. It's fantastic. And you're absolutely right. I had a lot of goals in college. I think I would have doubled that if Select was around back then for my ball.
There you go. And I would have caught a whole lot more goals, I tell you that.
Uh, Probably true.
Yeah.
So, well, the other thing is our sponsorship down here has been fantastic, and we have wonderful sponsors that have helped be able to us to do all the little things, but actually make it as wonderful as it is. We can't do half the things we do for kids without getting some support from people. 360 Wealth Management, which is Raymond James 360 Wealth Management, has been a sponsor for us, and they go behind the scenes that nobody knows really that they help out as much as they do. But we are in now, I think, the fifth year of them sponsoring us. We are closing in on $20,000 over that time with 360 Wealth Management. And it is year after year. I don't even have to contact them and say, "Hey, you're interested in sponsoring." They called me and said, "Hey, you missed the date of when we're supposed to send you the check, so we put it in the mail. I just wanted to let you know it's coming."
Wow. I mean, 360, baby. Woo! I mean, they really, I, I can't wait to throw some dimes down there at the wealth management. Well, once I
Yeah.
come, when I come down to Tampa Bay, I'm going to seek their understanding of how to uh, make some wealth around here.
Well, I'm sure they'll be able to help you out too. So
All right.
uh, uh, we appreciate them.
Well, give them my regards, and you can assure that, man, St. Louis
Yeah.
is all giddy about it. All right,
Yeah.
David, it's you, man. This
All
is
right. Well, yeah, the stuff I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today is more out of for this was my 42nd year as a coach, and I started at 20 years old as an assistant basketball coach at a community college, and 42 years later, I'm still coaching and have done various things, and anything that someone needed a coach, that's what I was going to do. I said, all right, I'll do that. I don't know the sport, but I'll do it. But someone asked me recently about longevity and how you do it, and I tried to tell people that coaching is coaching, and whether you know the sport or not, if you can coach kids, um, you can coach. It doesn't really matter if you know the X and O's. You can figure out a way to get it done if you're going to work hard enough. But there are three things that came out when we were talking about, which I think a lot of coaches miss out on, that will help your program. It's my like coaching 101 tips that I give to people. But the three things are one, and we've done it for 20 years here at Wiregrass now, is when kids come into practice and leave practice, they have to shake hands with every coach when they come in. So it's the assistant coaches, the goal coach, whatever else, and myself, they shake hands with us, and when they leave, it's the same thing. And we do that primarily, and everybody's like, well, why would you do that? And they automatically think that it's just because, you teach a kid how to, when he goes out in business later on, he knows how to shake hands, he's comfortable doing everything else. But for us, it's bigger than that. It gives us, whether it's 5 seconds or 2 minutes, because you get enough time to talk to every single kid individually. At the end of practice, you can shake hands with a kid and go, hey, good practice today. Or, hey, it looked like something was going on today. You all right? And then the kid can open up to you a little bit. So it gives us that one-on-one time with kids that you don't get normally for them. Right. So that was the first one. The second one was that, someone recently, I just did an interview for a new baseball coach at our school, and we were asking them, how do you motivate the kids that are not starting for you? And the second thing that we do all the time, and I've done forever with life, is whoever was my bottom kid, the kid that's 20th out of 20th on your team, right? You make that kid the most important kid on your team, right? And what that did, and I found out over years and years of doing this now, is that if you can make that kid and you point him out as an example of how hard he's working and he's still not getting much time, it sort of motivated those other kids to respect that kid a little bit more, to respect that they can't just go and slack off. But it also kept that kid from becoming a cancer on your team and taking down player number 19 and 18 with them as well. And I think that has been a huge thing for us. Right? And the third thing, which I'll do quickly for, is we finish with something fun every single practice. Right. And whether it's a small side game, whether it's a competition thing, whether it's a relay race, whether it's you know, um, it doesn't really matter what it is, a trivia thing, we do for running, but we finish every single practice with fun activity. And the reason why we did that and we do that is because when a kid leaves practice, we want them to remember the fun stuff. We don't want to remember the 120s that we ran or how hard they worked during the time. But the next day they come back to practice, they just left the practice and they have fun with a smile on their face when they left. All right, then that's what they remember when they come back the next day. So for today, those were my coaching one-on-one tips, and I was just asked recently, and that's why I brought it up today.
Man, I mean, that's some insight. That's simplicity, uh, genius, I think they call it.
I don't know about that, but it's worked for us.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the whole story right then and there. And as far as, I mean, you got it in order. So the
Yeah,
the fundamentals of technique, you're like a Coach Carl down in Florida, where you have a FUN fundamental at the end.
yep,
Nice, nice. I don't know nothing from nothing, but I know that I hear about having fun playing.
yeah,
Unbelievable. And I back in the day when I played, I really thought I was having fun, but it
yeah,
was told in a different way. But this is like, hey, right, make it evident that you're supposed to be having fun, and if you're not having fun, what's the problem? Let's solve it, you know.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and
And it fits into the philosophy that I push on our coaches and being athletic director and myself, that the experience has to outweigh the outcome. So I said we can win a state championship, but if it's a miserable time doing it, then I don't want to do it that way. Um, I want kids 10 years down the road to be able to look back and remember the little things like, going to McDonald's after the game with everybody and Billy Smith ate 50 McNuggets. I want to be able to remember them thinking about, the fun time and laughing at practices and just enjoying the stuff instead of going, oh, that was horrible. I never want that to be the case. So the experience has to outweigh the outcome.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want this to be an official under 11 minutes with David Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Oh, well, David, I mean, really, everything you said is 101 that'll take you from your first day of coaching to 40 plus years.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
man. So,
Always a pleasure. And next time we'll come back and we'll talk a little more about soccer and what we have down here and going on and how wonderful it is. But those questions were just asked me recently, so I thought I would share them.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did it. It's priceless. Thank you again, David Wilson, co-founder of and now from Tampa, but now he's the big daddy of the whatchamacallit, the United States National High School Champions League, starting 11. Bye, David.
Bye. Take care. Thank you.